Yo, what's going on, guys? Manchester United won, Leicester nil. Didn't go to the game today because I am fucked, as you can hear on my voice. Luckily, I got a mic. Like being outside and doing fan cams would have been an absolute myth. So I didn't go up today, but yeah, I don't know what I can say really about it. It was shit in it. But we got the 3 points and it was needed. Um, I think before the game, I thought it would have been more chances created. It would have been more exciting, and I actually had both teams to score, and United to win, and that fucked my accumulator. Everything else came in. So I would have won a decent amount of money. Not even gonna lie. So that was a bit mad. Obviously, happy for the clean sheet. Um, there wasn't too many talking points of the game. It was one of those games. As usual, our goalkeeper's doing more work than their goalkeeper. We're the last few games, there were loads of people saying, "Oh, United would have won this game if we scored a penalty." Talking about missed penalties, bruv. Like when you gotta look at it, the first 45 minutes, our goalkeeper made two good saves. Their goalkeeper didn't have a save to make, even though we got the penalty. Do you know what I mean? Which, yeah, I've seen the replay. It looks like a penalty, but when I saw it in real time, I wasn't quite sure. But Rashford was clever there, and he's got round the defender and he's nicked it and he's played for it and he's put the penalty away well. But other than that, we didn't create anything in open play. This is our main problem. It ain't got nothing to do with missing penalties and stuff like that. Because penalties are a lottery. You win some, you lose some, you get some, you don't get some. The bottom line is we're not creating enough chances. Other than that, I don't remember their goalkeeper really making that many saves. Schmeichel made a save from Pereira from a free kick, which was a good save. But you would think it's a save that you expect the goalkeeper to make. So, other than that, I can't remember any clear cut opportunities that we created in the game where I can say, yo, like Schmeichel's kept them in it. Whereas De Gea made a very good save from Madison. Lindelof got fucking ripped again, bruv, by Madison. Like another aerial physical challenge that he lost again, but today we didn't pay for it. But that's another one to have a look at Lindelof for. And it's mad how the same thing that happened with Luke Shaw potentially looks like it's happening with Victor now, where because we've got a higher caliber of player in this position, we're starting to see the frailties, bro. Because that could have cost us dearly. That could have been the difference between 3 points and like a point or even a loss. Because had they scored that goal earlier on, we who knows, we might not even have got our goal. So like yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, man. But as I said, there's not too many talking points from the game. Like when I go through all the players, I think generally it wasn't a great performance. Like Leicester had nearly 60% possession at our home ground. That's not good enough. I've always said that our ball retention and our game management is not there. We don't control games, and I said it in the Flex and Rant show before this match. Because we don't dominate games and control games, we'll always be vulnerable. And today, I think Wan-Bissaka played well. He did everything that was asked of him defensively, and going forward, he looked better. He looks like he's improving going forward. He's not crap going forward, but do you know what I mean? I'd say he's average going forward, but because he's exceptional defensively, it makes him an exceptional player overall. I think centre back wise, Lindelof, apart from the torrid time that Madison gave him in that exchange, and another time I seen him got the better of. He didn't really have too much to do. I thought Vardy was quite quiet. I think Leicester were quite toothless, to be honest. I was actually surprised at how poor they were in the final third because everything else seemed okay. Harry Maguire was solid today again. Vardy kind of got the wrong side of him once in the game. Didn't amount to anything other than that. I thought he marshalled the back line very well, and Ashley Young played well today. He didn't really make too many mistakes. Ashley Young looks better at left back. I've said it before. Like Ashley Young played left wing for career. So naturally, he's used to being on that side of the pitch anyway and looking inside. And because he's inside on his stronger foot, it takes, I don't know, it takes the guesswork out of it. When he's on the right hand side, he comes inside on the right because he doesn't have the skill to go down the outside. Whereas on the left, he can come inside on a strong foot and then he can kind of fake and go down the outside if he wants and then he checks back. But he's definitely more comfortable on that side of the pitch. And going forward, arguably, he offers more than Luke Shaw. So I thought he did okay today. Matic, bruv, like, he played all right for the first 20 minutes, but he's shit, innit? He's shit. When him and Mata came off, we actually looked like a much better team. Like, first half, apart from a few misplaced passes, I thought that he was steady as you like, innit? He looks like his legs have gone. He would be the kind of player that I bring on in the last 20 minutes to see a game out. Do you know what I mean? Today, Ollie decided to start him, and then his legs went, and then he took him off. Same with Mata. He started Mata. Mata's legs started to go, and he took him off. I'd have probably done it the opposite way around. We brought on Fred for Matic, and we automatically looked more mobile, more positive, and it was a good change. When Fred came on, he was tenacious, he was winning tackles, he didn't really give the ball away. I was quite happy with him when he came on. I'd like to see him get more minutes, because honestly, he's got to be better option than Matic, and we don't know how long Pogba's out for, so I'd like to see Fred start with McTominay next match. McTominay, my man of the match. I thought he was class today. Worked the engine room well, won the ball, and he just kept it very, very simple. And that's what he's gonna give you, innit? Like, he's not an exceptional player, but he will do the simple things most of the time. He hasn't started the season well, but today he was comfortably our best player on the pitch, man. I can't remember many mistakes he made today. So I was very happy with that. Mata in the 10, did what he needed to do. Got caught on the ball a couple of times, which isn't really like Mata. And that tells me that his legs are really going, because you never really catch Mata on the ball. But other than that, he does what he done. He does what he usually does. Drop in, pick up the ball, pop it off. And he done some good things today. It's just a strange game, bruv. There's not really much to talk about. There's not many talking points in terms of me saying, like, this should have been a yellow card, this should have been a red card, should have had a penalty, this should have been, like, not given or whatever. It's one of them games where a lot happened, but not a lot happened at the same time. Like, it was a stalemate, bruv, really. Apart from the penalty, it was literally, the game was a 0-0 game. Like, Dan James on the left looked lively. He's got bad intentions, man, when he cuts in on that right foot. Like, he cut in and he whipped one shot and it went just over. But we keep seeing this. And that Daniel James cut in isn't like the Martial cut in or the Sanchez cut in. Like, Sanchez cuts in and was trying to dink it over the top. Martial cuts in and he's looking for the curler, or he's looking to take an extra touch and then play someone in. Daniel James cuts inside and he's looking to just wrap it immediately. And he goes for that far corner with velocity and with intent, man. And he's going to score a lot of goals like that. Do you know what I mean? He's a no frills, no spills winger. No tricks, no nothing. It's just a simple cut inside, bang it. Like, there's nothing to it. You know what I mean? Loads of people comparing it to the Iron Robin thing. And it is similar in the sense that man just drops the shoulder and comes inside. There's no skill. There's no, like, dummy or nothing. Man just literally just goes, yeah, cuts inside and just bangs it. Like, but he's so quick that you can't stop, man. And then on the opposite side, man started Andreas Pereira, who had a decent game today as well. Not a great game. It's like Pereira shot his load in the first 25 minutes. Like, he started like a house on fire, then he fizzled out. Like, the high press game for Pereira don't really suit him, to be honest, because I feel like he don't have the fitness, or I just don't think he's the kind of player. Like, he literally starts like that, and then within 20, 25 minutes, he's done out here. And, like, towards the end of the game, I could see he was getting tired, but I thought it was a steady performance from him again. He didn't do too many things wrong. didn't do too many things exceptionally well. Like he had a well struck free kick, had a shot that was straight at the goalkeeper. But other than that, it was a pretty steady game, bruv. And then Ollie made a change and he brought on Chong. He brought on Taif Chong on the left, took off put Daniel James on the right. And that's confused me, if I'm going to be honest. Like, Matter came on because everyone knows that Daniel James is our most effective player from the left. I don't know why Chong couldn't go on the right. Chong came on and done some decent stuff on the left wing, like nutmeg the guy a few times and that. But didn't really create anything, but he looked okay. But it was confusing for me because in my head, Leicester have the momentum. They had the majority of the possession. At 1-0 up, you do one of two things, in my opinion. You either go for the second, which would mean that you'd bring on Mason Greenwood because you're trying to get a goal, or you try and take control of the game and see it out, which means you probably overload the midfield. And we did neither. Like we brought on Chong, and with all due respect to Chongy, like I don't think he's ready for Premier League football like that. Not ahead of Mason anyway. Like when I saw Chong come on, I didn't think, oh shit, we're gonna score now. I didn't. And when I saw Fred come on, I didn't think, oh shit, we're gonna score now. Because Fred's the kind of guy that you bring on to kind of win the ball for his tenacity. Mason Greenwood would have been my go-to guy to get a goal. The best finisher at the club. Still can't get a fucking game, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, that did annoy me. I can't even lie, bruv. Like, I'm all for, like, the positive messages in the press conference and all of that, but I'm getting kind of tired of the lip service, innit? Because why are you talking man up like that for if you don't even trust him to put him on for 10, 15 minutes against Leicester? Because if that was a boxing match, you're looking at the corner, mate, because Leicester were pummeling us towards the end of the game. Marcus Rashford up front, other than the penalty that he won and that he converted, he didn't do fuck all, mate. Do you know what I mean? He didn't do shit. And that was the PSG game all over again, where man didn't offer an outlet up front. He didn't offer a link up front. He hit the top corner of like the bar / post from a free kick. But them kind of free kicks from man are like 1 in 100. Do you know what I mean? Like those could go anywhere. It was a well struck free kick. But if man are telling me that my striker in 94 minutes is only offering me like 2 shots, 1 on target, both from set pieces, like I want to know what's going on, bruv. Like, if Mason's the best finisher at the club, why can man not get a 10, 15-minute run out? Like, why does Rashford have to play 90 minutes? Like, I don't understand. And the thing is, a lot of people will see that he scored, he won the penalty and he scored the penalty and think he had a good game. But actually, you don't look at isolated moments to judge 90 minutes of football. Ridiculous, bro. Do you know what I mean? That would be very ridiculous. So, for me, again, like I didn't understand the substitutions. I didn't understand the thought process behind them. The Fred one, I felt like it had to happen. But no Mason again. Okay, Mason should start. But then Chong and probably Gomez should start as well because we're at home against a team that ain't very good. But yeah, I think the substitutions perplexed me. I think that we got away with it today, if I'm honest, guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, the positive is that we didn't play particularly well at home and we got the result. But I think that was more to do with the fact that Leicester didn't play well. I don't think it was down to the fact that we played well, bruv. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm moaning or anything. But at the same time, I'm not overly excited by the result. It was Leicester's first loss of the season, but I don't that good. And they still tested our goalkeeper like more than we tested theirs, man. Like, I think that they had more clear-cut chances than us. So we have to be honest with fans and say that is the main concern for the team going forward. We are not creating enough clear-cut opportunities. Fuck the penalties and all of these other things. Man are getting outpossessed at home by Leicester City and we're under the cosh for large periods of the game. I could comfortably say that probably Leicester were on top for about 70 minutes of the game. 65 to 70 minutes of the game. And for being Manchester United, that's not really good enough, guys. Like, we need to take a lot better care of the football. We can't keep relying on individual moments to win us games. And I've said this under so many managers. Man said that under especially, like, it's all like keep things tight and then rely on one moment for one incident, like a penalty or a free kick, to then nick the game, bruv. Like, what what are we doing week in, week out on the training ground why man can't carve opportunities? Like, yeah, the players aren't amazing, but our players are good enough, at least a clear cut. It's not like Leicester was sitting back bare deep and doing what Wolves were attacking us, because they were actually pinning us back at periods. Penetrate. I want to be optimistic, I want to be positive, but from that, like, there's not really too much that I learned from that game or I could take from it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Who was your man of the match? Who were any standout performances? Where do you think that we were poor? Where do you think that we were good? Yeah, just let me know in the comment section, guys, and I'll have a look through it. It was a pretty bland game, bruv. Like, that was like we went to Wolves and died slowly, yeah, and Chelsea packed them up, like, with kids as well. And again, that raises the question. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is our coach getting enough out of our players, bruv? Because I saw man bag for Chelsea today that as young as the man that we've got, and certain man that I'd never even heard of, bruv, this Tomori, bruh, or whatever. I'd never heard of the geezer. And he scored an absolute chicken zinger today, bruv. I think he scored 2. So Lampard's getting a reaction out of his men. It stands to be seen if Ollie can get that. But yeah, man, it's going to be a long season. Big up, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you follow the Twitter and the Instagram. It's at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram. And just keep up with the tweets. I'll be at the games, innit? Like, obviously today it wasn't going to fucking happen. And I'm glad I didn't go because my voice is caboodled, yeah. But 2 games next week. You'll see me. I'll be back out there. Fan cams pending. Peace.